All right, I have another UFO report here. This time it's, well, from 1990 in New Mexico. Um, from a place called Datil, New Mexico. Datil. Never heard of it before. So, silver disc flies over mountain in New Mexico dawn. April 27th of 1990, seen by car driver. Let's check this out here. So, let's see. Um, all right. So I tent camped next to my car overnight on April 26th of 1990 at the San Francisco Hot Springs near Glenwood, New Mexico. It was a windy night, and I actually had to get up in the darkness to put rocks inside my tent to keep it from blowing away. I had tent stakes for earth, not for sand. I got up early since I wasn't really sleeping and decided to leave early in the pre-dawn to drive back home to Santa Fe. I drove in the darkness on Highway 180 north through Reserve and past Datil. Is that how you pronounce it? Datil or Datil? Datil to catch Highway 60. On an open, flat stretch of highway where there were absolutely no other vehicles, and as the dawn gave some light to the land, I caught the flash of silver and the distance to my front and to my right. I noticed a silver object flying in the sky parallel and low to the land, but headed for the next set of mountains to the north. So parallel and low to the land. As I look now at Google Maps, I see a section of the Cibola National Forest that rises up from Flat Valley where I was driving. Once again, it was on Highway 60 just past Datil, New Mexico. I was driving north and the UFO was flying north. I would say that the UFO was at least 10 miles away. And of course, in the New Mexico desert, you can spot things over some distance. Now I have been an amateur astronomer since my youth in the 1960s, and I've seen all manner of natural, normal sky phenomenon, including weather balloons and also identifying Venus and other planets. And I've often observed planes, jets, and helicopters, but the way this UFO approached the mountain was unlike any Earth-based flying machine I had ever seen before or since. Wow. Keep in mind, this is 1990. It was a disc-shaped UFO, so silver disc. And the way it was behaving was unlike anything this person had ever seen. He's an amateur astronomer. He's observed all kinds of sky phenomenon. Planes, jets, the planet Venus, other planets, weather balloons. So he knows that this is something, strange and different. And it did not gain altitude in advance of the mountain, which I would expect a jet plane to do, but rather stayed low, hugged the mountain, and then quickly flew out of sight. I found a safe place to pull over about a mile or two later and just waited and looked to where I'd last seen it, but it never reappeared. I continued to drive and passed the very large array telescopes, and a few months later I read in the Santa Fe Reporter that other people had reported UFO activity near the VLA, because that's the very large array telescopes. Okay, so other people must have seen this UFO, and well, maybe others too. Maybe there was more than one out there. That's crazy. So this maybe, I mean, I guess you could call it a mass sighting then. Multiple people saw it. Pretty good. And this was 1990. That was about around the time I was seeing the silver discs in Ohio. Yeah, they're like silver metallic, shiny metallic discs, shaped craft. Um, Very interesting. So let me know what you think about this incident, this report in particular. Um, have you ever seen one of these flying UFO, like flying disc UFOs before? Would love to know other people's stories. And with this story in particular, is anybody still around that from this area and was part of these sightings? I would love to hear more about this incident in particular. So yeah, leave your comments, thoughts below, anything you'd like to add. And I'll be back with more UFO and related content here shortly.